Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about gluten-free diet. Because many persons have an intolerance to gluten, I'm going to present information about gluten-free diets and also the medical reasons for those diets. Can you imagine eating a meal and suddenly you started experiencing pain and swelling of the stomach? What if the doctor told you the reason was due to the gluten in your food? How would you change your diet? I'm going to go over a few reasons why a person would follow a gluten-free diet. The first is celiac disease. This condition is when the body produces an immune system response that causes inflammation in the lining of the stomach and the small intestines, making it hard for the body to absorb food and nutrients. The way it's diagnosed is through blood test or genetic testing. The third and definitive way to determine if you have celiac disease is through an endoscopy. This examination is done when they go in and take a small piece of the stomach and send away for a biopsy. The second is gluten sensitivity or intolerance. This condition is similar to celiac disease, except you don't have the stomach damage that celiac disease can cause. So while a person is experiencing these conditions, they may choose to change their diet completely and do away with gluten. It's important for a person to learn about gluten and what foods contain gluten. So many foods contain gluten just because many foods contain gluten. So it's important for you to look at the labels, and there are new symbols on our food that have a GF, and GF is a symbol that stands for gluten-free. I know a lot of restaurants and our grocery stores are carrying the gluten-free products and meals for us to get. So some of the foods to avoid are beer, malt flavorings such as malt vinegar, breads or grains, wheat, barley, and rye. Persons must avoid foods which contain wheat, including durum flour, bulgur, couscous, farina, graham flour, and spelt. Other food ingredients to avoid might include baked goods, pastas, cereals, crackers, soy sauce, seitan, breading or battered or deep fried foods, oats, packaged foods including frozen foods, soups, and rice mixes. Other foods also may include gluten, such as our dressings, sauces, marinades, and gravies. Some candies, such as licorice, also may include wheat and gluten. There could be gluten in our vitamins and medicine. They use that to bind the medicine together. Believe it or not, lipstick, toothpaste, mouthwash, communion wafers at church. Also, on stamps and envelopes, the glue can contain gluten. Now that I've talked to you about some of the foods to avoid, let's talk about some of the foods that you can have. Some of the foods that are gluten-free are eggs, fresh meat, fish, poultry, fruits, lentils, most dairy products, nuts, potatoes, vegetables, wine, distilled liquors, ciders, and spirits. Grains and starches allowed are arameth, rice, tapioca, quinoa, buckwheat, corn, and cornmeal. Gluten-free flours are also very popular and easy to find in the grocery store, and they include potato flour, rice flour, soy flour, and other gluten-free mixes such as Bisquick. That is a good one. You can make pancakes and biscuits with that product. This type of diet is very difficult to follow, and once someone learns more about what's in their foods and what to avoid, this will make it easier for them to transition to a gluten-free diet. So in conclusion, I've talked about the reasons for a gluten-free diet, including celiac disease and gluten intolerance and insensitivity. I've also gone over the common food and ingredients that contain wheat and gluten, and finally covered the foods that don't include gluten. And so it is important to read up and study about your disease or your disorder, and good luck, and thank you very much.